Labour too many for Ward 2 for Omora. They say we too many for Ward 2 for Omora. Say Labour no go fit stand for Omora. Now they because the councillor of Ward 2 say na speaker say now.
Presently where we are now. So we were here waiting for our governor to come. While the PDP councillor and others, they just called themselves. They said that the speaker sent them, that they should come and chase us away from here, that we should go to our secretariat, that we don't have right to do anything anywhere. I was trying to picture, film what is going on. The councillor just come say, want to take my phone. I told him I will mate. He just gripped me and hit me twice. And this is the result here.
Yes. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the globe. It is your darling program, The Comrade and Friends, a segment of your popular program, The Comrade Show. Today, the 7th of July, 2024, promised to be yet another important one. But just before I go, I want to, probably when I bring Omelamte in, I will say that, but to congratulate the United Kingdom for a very peaceful transition. Like you know, the Comrade Show is Edo State, and Edo State is indeed the Comrade Show. There are so many issues on queue today that I'll be talking about. Three most important ones that we shall be discussing and letting you know, get more information about it. During the course of the week, just the week gone, there was a judgment apparently disqualifying the candidate of the PDP in the forthcoming Edo State election. We have a free update on that, and we shall be discussing it in the course of today's program. Also, to the Labour Party, the candidate of the Labour Party, Olumide Akpata, has been up and down, crisscrossing the entire Edo State. And there's been recent happenings in the northern part of Edo State. We'll bring you more details. But importantly, the candidate of the Labour Party, Olumide Akpata, and his deputy will be visiting the United Kingdom to drum support and promise that we shall be there to let you know more. But today, we'll be giving you more information about that. And many more happenings in the state we shall be talking about. Do not touch that dial. Remember our promise. Always share our program. We shall be right back. Stay with us. Yes. Our viewers, thank you so much. I have in the house the CNC of the Comrade Show, Comrade Lante Kponsa Orahi. Comrade Lante, can you say hello to our wonderful viewers? You are looking ever so radiant.
Thank you so much, my brother, Comrade from Austin Iremira. Yes, Edo State people and Nigerians across the world, greetings to you all. Please, if you are joining us, help share the broadcast. Let's join hands together again to deepen democracy. It's all about Edo State, and of course, Edo State. Over to you, pharmacist.
Thank you so much, Comrade Lante Kponsa Orahi. It's always a pleasure to be with you. When you use the word deepen democracy, I just like to always stand with you to deepen democracy. But Comrade Lante, just before we go to the very many issues to discuss today as it relates to Edo State and our forthcoming gubernatorial election, I want to enjoin our viewers, please share. At some point, the lines will be open. If you have a thing or two to say, please feel free to ring in. I will take you and hear your comments. But Comrade Lante, it is very important, broadcasting from the United Kingdom, to say this. Two great things happen just in quick succession in the United Kingdom. I'll take the ongoing European Championship glory of England. They overcome Switzerland yesterday in a very, very tight and entertaining and thrilling football match that in the whole of the 130 minutes of play or 15 minutes of play, there were no goals. And the event of the day was settled by, there was 1-1 draw, and the event of the day was settled by a penalty. And then penalties have always been the nemesis of England as a team, but yesterday they overcome it, making Southgate one of the most successful English coach that has overcome penalties, haven't gained 3 out of 5 that they've seen. Just a one-liner about England. Where do you see them go from here?
Honestly, I think yesterday was one of those days that aptly described happy days. The entire UK was agog yesterday after the match. And most of the cities in the UK didn't go to sleep at all. It was a beautiful place. I mean, a beautiful sight to behold in the whole of northeast of England. It was busy almost till this morning. The euphoria is still very much in the air. Once again, British people are beginning to believe that it's coming home. Football is coming home. I really honestly was very elated. I can tell you that when the competition started, I was not very enthused. I wasn't very much impressed with the first few games, but I thought that it did really, really well against, Switzerland yesterday. It was absolutely, a great football. Great football they played, and I'm really, really pleased, honestly. I mean, as we talk about it, I'm honestly very, very happy. It's great. I think that we're gonna go all the way. Football is coming home, brother. It's coming home.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And you know my worry. My team. I've got two teams in this competition.
I know you
Spain
are.
and England. So I don't know. I almost see Spain England finals, and it's just going to be difficult for me because I share a very strong affinity with these two countries, like equally. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. It's I don't know. I just want to get there and see what it feels like. I don't even know whom I'm going to be rooting for if it becomes the case. Spain England finals is going to be difficult for me, really. I don't know.
Well, anyway, Comilante, where you are is where many of us would like to be. Either head or tail will be victorious for you. But let us not count our chickens yet. Let us see if the English team will be able to overcome the Netherlands and possibly have a showdown final with the winners of Spain and France. But I think, you ask me, I don't want an English Spanish final, because if that happens, I'm very sure that the Spanish might just hedge it. But I would want an English France finals. But in any case, we'll see. But we must also say that congratulations to Nigeria, in the British-born Nigerian Saka, who is doing so well. He got that equalizer, and that was a very fantastic goal.
Absolutely.
And I must say that like we always want to say it, the non-white players are really doing so well. Jude Bellingham doing very well, and Saka just putting the ice on the cake yesterday.
Yeah.
But just before we leave, and also to say that United Kingdom is a bit very funny. They don't go to football competitions as United Kingdom. They go as individual countries. But at the moment, it's only England that is carrying the flag. Scotland has long gone home. But we are united, say United Kingdom, but England is carrying the flag. But Komelante, we must also talk about this, because this is very important and pivotal to life and democracy and evolution. I think Britain was at its best on Friday. Democracy was demonstrated in clear pageantry.
Yeah.
And if you are watching from anywhere, there was a sublime and a seamless transfer of power. UK went to the elections on Thursday, the 4th of July, and by 2 o'clock, the early hours of the 5th, the results were declared and Labour Party became victorious. And by early hours of Friday, the sitting Prime Minister then, Rishi Sunak, had already thrown the towel and sent congratulatory message. And lo and behold, just even before 11 o'clock, a new Prime Minister was in place and everything looked sublime, and they've still started work. What do you have to say about that? And what's the implication for our dear country, Nigeria, looking at democracy of the United Kingdom?
Honestly, for me, it's a mixed feeling. The reason why it's a mixed feeling for me is because I live here and I see a display of political perfection when it comes to transition.
Yeah.
And it's just so heartbreaking that we got our independence from these people, and yet we have a democracy that looks like democracy, that is not anywhere near democracy, aptly described by Fela as crazy demonstration.
Demonstration of grace.
Demonstration of grace. That's what we have in Nigeria. Some people come out to say that it's civil rule, not democracy. Honestly, what happened in the United Kingdom, leading to the succession, in fact, I think it's democracy at its best.
Absolutely.
I honestly have. I mean, I've seen other democracies, even the American democracy. There is no democracy in this world that is as beautiful, that is as iconic, that is as sublime as that of the United Kingdom. There was nothing like, oh, we have done elections, let's wait for 1 day or 2 days or 1 month to, hand power over to. Everything is in place. It's like a ritual. Everybody playing a role, and the role has been prepared, well rehearsed. There's no room for vacuum. You understand what I'm saying now? It's as soon as it is done, there is no waiting. Election ended at 10 p.m. It is against the rule to discuss anything election on the day of election by media houses
after 10 p.m.
Until after 10 p.m. By 10 p.m., all the media houses rushed in and started talking about the elections. As a matter of fact, by 5 minutes after 10 or less, the opinion poll had already come out that Labour Party was going to get over 400 seats.
We call it the exit poll.
The exit poll had come out, with about 20,000, persons, having participated in that process. And before you know what was happening, in less than half an hour, the first result from Sunderland already came in. Seamlessly, everybody started collation. And at the end of the night, just before daybreak, we knew already that the Labour Party was cruising to victory. Why onlookers who may not have experienced the UK politics before may be wondering, maybe they are going to announce at 2 months' time, they will hand over to the new Prime Minister. Lo and behold, the next day, in fact, I think I came to understand that the outgoing Prime Minister, or rather the contenders, they prepared 2 speeches, one if they lose, one if they win. As soon as everything became clear, the outgoing, or rather the now outgone, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak gave his own speech. And the next thing, the next role in there to play was to go and submit the key of power to the king, who actually is the head of state. And as he submitted, cameras will watch him on television, leaving his house, going to see the king, having that private meeting with the king where he's submitting the government to the king. And as he was leaving, the next thing we are saying is that the man to take over from him was driving down, and camera was following him, and taking him to the palace, where he went into a private meeting with the palace. And by the understanding of what we have is that the king was going to ask him, are you ready to form my government? And as we speak, cabinet is almost complete. Because even while the government they were in opposition, they already had most of the major offices already occupied. They call them shadow secretaries. Shadow secretary to this, shadow secretary to that. You understand what I'm saying now? At the end of the day, as he's coming in as collective responsibility, as it were, all of his ministers, or majority of them, the major secretaries, they were all coming in with him. There was nothing like in the case of our own Nigeria, where some governors will wait till 1 year before they can even name their commissioners. Immediately. And by yesterday, the new Prime Minister has already he has hit the ground running. The practical hit the ground running, not the one we hear from the people like Emilokon. Hit the ground running, and that same yesterday we're talking about right now, there was no light anywhere in Nigeria because of what befell our national grid. But it's hitting the ground running for the last 1 year. So my brother, I think what this demonstrates is that if your democracy is a failure, there is no way you can have advancement as a nation. We need to get our democracy right. The people need to matter. The people of Nigeria, power must truly belong to them, and things must be transparent. There was nothing like we are spending hundreds of millions for transition. It was
no ballot box snatching.
My brother, I went to vote. You understand what I'm saying now? There was nobody there apart from two human beings who would just check your name. Everybody, you already know where you are going to vote. Who will just check your name, check your passport or your photo ID against your name, mark, tick it, give you the ballot paper, you tick your this thing, you put it there. When I got there, I was the only person. One other girl came, after me, and they looked at her own document. They said, no, your voting center is not actually here. It is the next, polling units, which was just some few blocks away. At the end of the day, when the results will be counted from 10 o'clock when the election ended, that was when the party agents arrived just to witness the counting. And as they're finishing counting, they are sending the information, to the Central Collation Center, where all media houses are collating alongside. Bro, we have a long way to go.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Komilante. I think it's always good to learn. British people, we are colonial masters. We have to learn from them. Like just to conclude, I think the only thing we have to say about the election is that it was just sublime. A lot to learn from. And it's our prayer too that the new Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, will take the United Kingdom to another level. He's got a very massive majority. Managing those majority will come with its own problem. But I think forgetting about what happens with government, transition and how smooth it is a big lesson to Nigeria, to Africa, and especially indeed to Edo State. So, Komilante, without much ado, we zero in straight to talk about governance in Edo State. Yes. We are hopeful that the transition come November will be sublime, will be sweet, and will probably be a mirror image of what we just witnessed a few days ago. And that takes us to the Labour Party and the candidate of the Labour Party, Barrister Olumide Osaigbovo Akpata, who has been everywhere drumming support for those state people. And Komilante, Barrister Olumide Osaigbovo Akpata will be coming to the United Kingdom, to the diaspora, to two specific places at the moment, London and Manchester. And that date is July the 26th. It will be in London. And July the 27th, it will be in Manchester. Komilante, Olumide Akpata is a new kid in the block. Something different. A new spice. A new Maggi to our politics. What do you have to say about this planned visit of Barrister Olumide Akpata to the United Kingdom?
No, arguably, I think it is the right step in the right direction. Not just to the United Kingdom. I understand that he will be visiting a number of countries across Europe and, of course, the Americas. I think, such engagement is necessary. It gives the people some opportunity to have a first-hand experience with their own candidates, and of course ask those questions. Even those that are undecided, even those that may have decided. I personally want everybody as much as possible to embrace this event because the most important denominator, that all of us can identify with is Edo State. And I believe very strongly that every Edo State person you interact with, irrespective of the person's affiliation, what everybody wants, particularly those in the diaspora, is a better Edo State for all of us. And so that is the motivation for many of us who are pitching tent with the candidates that we are pitching tent with. Unfortunately, other people have selfish motivations, okay? But whatever it is, at the end of the day, at the very background, on the very base of everybody's minds, is that we want an Edo State that will be better for all of us. And if we must have an Edo State that will be better for all of us, we must truly have an idea, some insight into whom we are canvassing for, into whom we are supporting. Do they have the capacity? Can they be trusted? Okay, do we believe that these people can deliver if given the power? Because what we are talking about right now, you live in the United Kingdom. It's probably not like in Nigeria where people don't really understand the power of government and those in government. Governance directly impact the lives of the people. Your life can be better or worse depending on the policies and programs implementation of those in government. So it is very, very, very important. And that is what, we just talked about United Kingdom. That is why Sir Keir Starmer had, a sweeping majority, one of the highest majority in the history of United Kingdom elections and every other thing, because people wanted some real change, something practical, something that they can feel, something they know that can really, really impact them. Because there is nothing more impacting to the people of a nation than their government. Like you would always say, after God, it's government. You understand? Unfortunately, it feels sometimes like, our people in Nigeria are yet to understand the power that rests, on government, to impact and change our lives. And that is why people, with less understanding, highly misguided, would just say their consciences. They will just collect a morsel of bread, collect some stipends here and there, and just give away. You understand what I'm saying now? Their own power to determine the future of the state to some people who ordinarily should not even be in the environment of governance. So, my brother, this is a very important step. In the next 75 days or so, we're going to be having the elections. And I honestly think that those states must take a very serious look at the candidates available on the field right now, and make a very informed choice. I have made a choice to stick with Olumide Akpata because amongst every other thing, for me, and this is very key, it was a motivation for me in 2020 to support Governor Obaseki. One of that motivations was that Obaseki was not going to have a godfather. We fought God for that reason on his behalf, brought him into government. You understand what I'm saying now? And today, I am kicking against Obaseki because I want an Edo state that will be free from godfatherism. We have seen the trajectory of Obaseki. He has organized 2 elections, House of Assembly and local government elections. Honestly, I was disappointed, in his handling of those 2 elections that actually fell under the purview of the state government. You understand? And today is bringing out somebody, and that I have not accused his candidate of anything like competence, but I've accused him,
of trust.
Of trust. And if trust is not part of this equation, then it's a difficult thing. So the only candidate I see on the field, that is coming without a godfather, he has never been in government before. We can't even accuse him of stealing anything that has to do with government. And we know, everybody speaks to it, that he is competent. He has a track record of success in his own private life. He has led one of the biggest, what's it called, institution, in this country. And of course, he led with huge, landmark, with footprints everywhere. He made the NBA almost on a zero note. He left them with multi-billions. So at the end of the day, there are examples that are bound. You have a call. I don't want to take the call.
Yeah, let's take the call. Even though we have not opened the lines, but let's take the call.
Hello. Hello, good evening. We are live on the Comrade Show. Do you want to make a comment or ask a question?
Yeah, I want to make a small contribution regarding the elections.
Sir, is it on this subject matter we are discussing right now?
Yeah, on this subject matter, yeah.
Go ahead, sir. You have 60 seconds. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Peter. I'm calling from the UK.
Go ahead, sir, Mr. Peter.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, what I want to comment on is the candidature of Olumide Akpata.
Okay, sir.
He's a man I like. I like his character and everything. But I'm still a bit undecided with regards to the candidates, the 3 candidates. I'm still a bit undecided. The main reason for my being undecisive right now is the fact that, I have not really seen Olumide Akpata in particular, not just him, also Mondokbewolo too. I have not actually looked at their plans for Edo. I have not seen his manifesto yet. I have read Asue's manifesto. That's on one side. But for me to make an informed decision, I need to read I need to read, I need to see Akpata's manifesto and Okpero's manifesto and see their plans for Edo line. So let me make an informed decision, because you said we should make an informed decision. And I think bringing out your plans and your manifesto is part of that information.
Absolutely.
Make that informed decision. So my question to you is that, being a supporter of Olumide, when do you think his official manifesto will be out, where he can roll out his plans and programs for Edo?
Okay. I'll thank you very much, Mr. Is it Mr. Peter, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Peter, yeah.
Mr. Peter, thank you very much. I'll just respond to you straight away. I'm sure that before Olumide arrives in London, his manifesto, the booklet would have been out and available for everybody. And you know the funny thing about Olumide's manifesto, what he has actually told some of us, was that his own manifesto will continue to be an open-ended arrangement. Why is it open-ended? He has the programs he wants to fulfill, cardinal objectives, okay? But in that same manifesto, when you get it, okay, you will equally have a space to suggest, to contribute, or able to create your own amendment that will be considered by his government when he becomes the governor of Edo State. So it's not. It's open for feedback. So it's not looking to say this is not what I want to do. Whether you like it or not, even what he has put there, okay, you will have a right to say, Your Excellency, could you have looked at this via, to help this particular item on agriculture, for instance? So it is a manifesto that will be open for feedback. You got to hear what I'm saying now.
Okay, yeah.
I just want to also, I want to, Peter.
One last question.
Will be open for a political debate sometime in the future.
Sir?
Yeah, one last question, sir.
Yes.
Do you think Olumide Akpata will be open to a political debate sometime in the future with other candidates?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. As a matter of fact, he has said, make them come. You understand what I'm saying now? Olumide is ready to engage with everybody. All right, boss.
Yeah, Peter.
Go ahead. He will be listening to you, sir. He's already off the phone.
I hope you are listening. I want to say thank you so much to Peter, who's ringing from the UK. I think he rang last week. People like Peter, you guys are very objective. I like the way you've spoken. And I want to say that I don't know whereabouts you are in the United Kingdom, but I pray you are in England and maybe you are in London. Please, those fears and those questions and worries you have, they are very, very germane.
Yes.
Try as much as possible to be available, either in London or Manchester, so that you can ask those questions yourself and be able to make a very informed decision on where to go. But I'm very happy, Peter. Thank you so much for that. Comandante, I know you were talking, but let me just go straight. Yes. People in United Kingdom that want to attend this program, where Olumide will be in London on the 26th and Manchester on the 27th. What happens? How do they get registered? Can you say more? Can you throw more light on that, please?
Oh yes, people can book their, you can book your space free of charge through Eventbrite. After this broadcast, please visit the Comrade Show page again, particularly on Facebook. We're going to put, more information, the link to the Eventbrite. You can book your space there. You understand? And it's completely free of charge. And I will put it up there for people who live in London and environs. In London, the meeting with Olumide is going to be at All Saints Community Center, All Saints, at 105 New Cross Road in London. That's on the 26th of July, and it's between 5 and 9 p.m. Okay, between 5 and 9 p.m. In Manchester, the meeting is going to take place on the 27th of July, between 5 and 9 p.m. But the venue will be at Stanley House, Manchester Road. Many of you who live in Manchester and environs, you know Manchester Road is a very popular road. Stanley House in Manchester Road. And of course, the postcode is M305GB. That is where, that will be, taking place. But for those who may want more information, our number is right there, scrolling, just on your screen. You can always call us, and of course we'll provide more additional information. The poster I just showed you just now, they will be on the Comrade Show Facebook page, shortly after this broadcast, because officially mobilization for this event has started. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of people are going to be involved in the SSI. Some of us are very passionate about this. The reason why I'm passionate about this is not just because Olumide is coming to engage with the people. I think that I like that. If you ask me, that even people who are not supporting Olumide, I like that they come and ask him those difficult questions. Even as somebody who has declared for Olumide Akpata, sometimes I ask myself, have I asked all the questions I want answers for? Because some other person may just be there who have more important, more germane questions to ask that I may not even remember. They need to ask questions so that all of us can have a holistic view of Olumide Akpata. Now, sir, to add to this discourse, those state people and Nigerians across the world, to add to this discourse, for us on the Comrade Show, because we are not blind supporters. Our own matter and make a state better for all of us. Okay? Olumide is going to be in London on 26th. We met our Comrade Show team and said, look, Olumide's running mate, Mr. Yusuf Asama Kadiri, SAN, he's very well known in Edo North. On a general scale, some people have reached out to say, man, we don't really know too much of the running mate, the deputy to Olumide Akpata. Some people can talk about some deputy of another candidate who once lived in Canada, and people can say a lot of things that they know this person while in Canada didn't have good records, and so to that extent they are put away. So some people have also said they want to have some ideas about the quality of the running mate of Olumide Akpata. And to that extent, one hand, we rang Olumide Akpata and say, look, people want to meet your deputy. A lot of people have not met him on a global scale, and those people particularly across the world. And as I speak with you, all the arrangements have been concluded. We are going to be playing host to the deputy, governorship candidate for Olumide Akpata, for the Labour Party, Alhaji Yusuf Asama Kadiri, SAN, on the 21st, Sunday the 21st of July. That is just barely 6 days before Olumide's engagement in London. It is going to be on a Zoom, okay? Everybody is invited, okay, from all across the world. Now, we are not just going to be asking him questions. For everybody who will be on that Zoom section, you will have a chance to ask him whatever question you want to ask him. And this is very important. The poster too will be available, on the Comrade Show platform, later today. Don't forget, it's on the 21st of July 2024 by 8:30 p.m. Nigerian time. It's a Edo State Diaspora Town Hall meeting with Yusuf Asama Kadiri, SAN, Labour Party Deputy Governorship candidate. It's going to be on Zoom, which means that you will be in the comfort of your own house. You don't need to go anywhere on this particular matter. You understand what I'm saying now? And the importance of this is, you probably have been hearing of Olumide. By the time you now talk with this man, me myself, I never really talk to her, I never interrogate, I never engage her. Okay? We should be able to know what quality does this man, Asama Kadiri, Yusuf Asama Kadiri, what quality does he bring to the ticket? Because when we talk about a governorship candidate, we must equally holistically look at the running mates. Because it's not just going to govern alone. You understand? And the constitution says that if anything happens to the governorship candidate, the running mate will take over. So we must have a running mate that we can equally call a governor. You understand what I'm saying? And fit for purpose, competent, trustworthy. You understand? As the governor himself that we are supporting. If any of these things is lacking, there's a problem. Which is why we want to bring, Asama Kadiri SAN to the world. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody, all those people can interrogate him, ask him questions, and you understand what I'm saying? So that there we will be able to assess the quality of leadership that Olumide Akpata will be bringing to Usadebe Avenue. That is the government house of Edo State. So this is very important. So please, if you are not yet following us on TCS blog or the Comrade Show on Facebook, please follow us. We are going to, all this information will be available there. And if you did that too, you want us to personalize information, we will send you, all of these flyers and posters and everything directly to your own, what's it called, number. I bet put your number in the comment section that you want us to send you the link or the what's it called, the poster, all the information that you need. Just put your number in the comment section, and of course, our team will look at all of these things later, collate them, and will send you all the required information that you need concerning this engagement. You understand? It is important so that all of us can be on the same page. So if you are saying that you are not supporting Olumide Akpata's ticket, you should be convinced that it's not the person you want to support because you feel it's not competent, you feel it's not, it doesn't meet the criteria that you have set out. But if you want a good Edo State led by competence, led by trust, led by track record, led by one who will not have a godfather, very important for me, then you may want to take a critical look at Olumide Akpata as your guy. For me, for now, he's my guy. Nothing has changed on that.
Thank you so much, Komilanto. Olumide is not just your guy, it's my guy, and it's our guy.
It's our guy.
And with Olumide and Kadiri, Edo will be indeed okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Komilanto. I want to say that I know Kadiri Asama very well. I can attest to his credentials and his capability. Moreover, he's a senior advocate of Nigeria. I am sure that when it comes to that engagement on the 21st of July at 8:30 p.m. Nigeria time, many people will be convinced, many people will know him and know that with him and Olumide, Edo State will be in a trusted hand. And like they said, Edo State indeed will be okay. I'm not very correct, but I'm sure he also attended University of Benin. So if that goes true, you'll be safe. The first time the institution founded by Ogbemudia himself will produce the governor and the deputy. I dare say hurrah to Edo State people for making that happen. And I trust it will. And for Peter and many Peters who are in that situation, please make yourself available to attend this engagement either in London or Manchester. And you can also have opportunity to ask questions as well and see the man and feel the man in his physical form. Komelante, yes, one of our viewers was asking about how do they register. For emphasis, I know it's going to be on our website. If you can just put that town hall meeting again just in front of us so that people that want to do a quick snapshot can do a quick snapshot if they want to register. Yours sincerely, myself and indeed Komelante will be there. I have registered myself already. So please, we are going to leave that for the next maybe about a few seconds if you want to take a picture of it. That is the engagement by the incoming governor of Edo State, no other but Barrister Olumide Akpata, who will be coming to London on the 26th of July and the 27th of July in Manchester.
And let me just quickly add as well too. You see this code here. If you snap that code, it will give you information to the event Eventbrite. But in the meantime, I'm just going to sort out the link for the Eventbrite, and I'll put it on the comment section at some point so that people can start registering. From there, you understand? You just to click the link and freely register to be present. Register to reserve your own space and all of that. So, but we are going to provide all of that. I'll put that in the comment section very shortly. And but be rest assured that immediately after this broadcast, it is equally going to be on our platforms, on all our Comrade Show handles. You will find them there. Thank you so very much. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, I just want to say that I think it's a moment of glory. On the lighter side, someone is asking myself and Komelante if we are brothers. They often say we look alike, although I don't see it, but it's okay. We are all in the way. When you are in the ministry working together, look alike becomes something that is synonymous. But Komelante, I think Olumide, Akpata, and Kadiri, they are just now, in my view, the only opportunity and the only option available. I canvassed this last time in our meetings, and I've said it in previous meetings. We know what is expected of APC. We know what is expected of PDP. In fact, they are the same. just head and tail, no matter how you look at it. So for you to grow, you need a change, and change is the only thing. And I think Olumide Akpata offered this just now. He's a proper Bende State boy, born and bred up in Warri, in the old Bende State. Family house in Benin and everywhere. He visits Benin regularly. He's part and parcel of it. Asama is also of the royalty from the northern part of Edo State. What more can we ask for? If you are there thinking that this is really bad for Edo State, there's time to make a change. Why don't we together retire all these old people and give new life to new people and new ideas? Because the ideas in Edo State at the moment seems a bit very archaic. They just do it the normal way. We need a radical departure. And the only person that brings that now is the candidacy of Olumide Akpata and Kadiri SAN. But Komelamte Olumide has been truncating, crisscrossing, running around, drumming support across Edo State. Yes. But we heard of a very recent ugly incident in Edo North Senatorial District, where there was a problem. To be specific, in my own local government, Onwa is to be specific, and in a village called Uomora. I think it will be very important because we don't want these ugly incidents. We talked about the United Kingdom and how sublime it was that power changed so quick. We campaigned seriously for Governor Godwin Obaseki, and part of it was that we don't want any Agbero in government, and we don't want godfathers, and want quick, smooth and quick transition. It's very painful to hear that the governor is the governor of Edo State and these are happening. But let us go straight to look at that video and talk about the recent happenings and Olumide's crisscrossing of Edo North, drumming support for the Labour Party.
Well, my brother, it's unfortunate that we have a political history that is very peculiar to us Nigerians, and actually peculiar to us, to black nations, where intimidation, thuggery, and all of those kind of things, they characterize our political, processes and every other thing. And it's very sad. We just talked about British politics just now. We've been on this road, to electing a new prime minister, for quite a few months now. And everything is based on issues. Nobody has threatened anybody. Nobody has, done anything silly and all of that. And it's so sad that we cannot move far away from violence. And the issue on that discourse is that the Edo State Speaker, Agbe Baku, has now been accused of political thuggery. The other time what we heard, or what we saw was that the PDP, led government, and of course, some persons in the campaign council of Asue, they were pulling down the big boss of opposition for Olumide Akpata. Okay, and now what we are now hearing now is that they are attacking people expressing public support for Olumide Akpata in parts of Edo North. You understand? And that is unfair. That itself has angered Olumide Akpata. And the reason why I think I'm a bit pleased is Olumide Akpata is not a pushover. It's not somebody who is just coming to clap his hands. Olumide Akpata wants to become the governor of Edo State. He wants to win this election, and he's not intimidated by the kind of intimidation mechanisms that those in government are throwing at him and all of that. But let's just watch this. I feel very disgusted by it. But let me just play this video that's available. Take a listen, everybody.
The Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly is from this part of Edo State, so we're in Homora. So they're a bit agitated and they're worried because they're losing out. They have nothing to show for 8 years in government. So they think that what they normally do in politics is to intimidate. I will not be intimidated. We're not going anywhere until we speak with our people. The people must hear from us. The people must make their choice.
I don't send message, go who send them. So I dey warn you. I big pass who they go intimidate. My deputy, he big pass who they go intimidate. They're not fit. They're not fit. Talk your own, make we talk our own. We don't find anybody trouble. We don't find anybody trouble. Make them don't find our own trouble.
This man that they fight and this money. See him out. Labor too many for war two for one mora. They say we too many for war two for one. Say labor no go fit stand for mora. Then they beat us councillor. The councillor of war two say na speaker say na.
Presently where we are now. So we were here waiting for our governor to come. While the PDP councillor and others, they just called themselves. They said that the speaker sent them that they should come and chase us away from here, that we should go to our secretariat, that we don't have right to do anything anywhere. I was trying to picture, film what is going on. The councillor just come say he want to take my phone. I told him I will mate, he just gripped me and hit me twice. And this is the result here.
Wow, what a shame. The
is.
painful thing is that, Komelamte, in a very senile climb, those videos are clear evidence and exhibits.
Yeah.
And in this case, we are not looking for anybody because the people were very clear. They said is the speaker.
Yeah.
And the governorship candidate Olumide himself was also very clear. I think somehow, I like Olumide's guts. He understands the system and is reacting very well. But this is not the right thing to do. For me, it's very sad. Sad in the sense that people would have expected that this will not happen again in Edo State. Eventually given the coloration of Governor Godwin Obaseki, whose idea at that time was to fight godfatherism and thuggery.
Yeah.
I hope he's not involved in this, but the only way to show that he's not is to take action, and certain people need to be called to order. If this is happening about 3 months to the election, I wonder what will happen on election day. Let performance be the thuggery and not war. What is your take?
I am honestly dazed. I'm dazed because you know what they say, that when two elephants fight, the grass has a way of really bearing the brunt. You understand what I'm saying? Olumide is an elephant as far as this whole election matter is concerned. It's not a pushover. We have 3 gigantic political parties right now, ginormous, if you may, and all of that. And Olumide has expressed it time and again that he has not come here to come and break melon. He wants to win. But one thing I love about Olumide is that he's not encouraging, his own followers to do the same thing. I spoke with him privately on some issues. He said, Lonte, I don't have the power to rig. I don't have the mechanism to rig. I don't even want it. If I lose, I want to provide effective opposition to whoever becomes the governor of Edo State. But if I lose, I must lose through the process of the ballot, not because somebody manipulated. Are you following what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
Now, if I win, I want to win not because I'm aided. Okay? I want to win through the process of the ballot. I can tell you, bro, it's not because everybody can see it. The only candidate on the ground seeing the people, okay, going to their bedrooms, morning, day, and night, okay, is Olumide Akpata, because he understands what's at stake. And he has said that he wants to make his government people-centric, people-oriented. The people must be at the center of the equation. And that was why when he was working on his manifesto, he said, my manifesto is going to have, it's going to be open-ended. Like, I have the programs already, okay? The programs of Olumide Akpata, it's not even his own programs alone, no. Olumide Akpata has sought professionals from everywhere. What do we do to reposition Edo State? Olumide even told his own fellow contestant at the primaries, say, look, be humble and generous to submit what you actually wanted to do for Edo State. Let us harmonize all of them so all of us can work together to give a better Edo State. And this says that my own manifesto, we have that feedback mechanism, okay? That you can read the manifesto, have any observations, and equally have a chance to put your own in addition. Say, Your Excellency, will you consider this? And he wants to ensure that they will be revisiting that manifesto every now and again to see the opinions expressed, to see the observation of people, to see their suggestions. That is one way he's demonstrating that he's truly going to be people-oriented, people-centric, that the government will be about the people. He does not want to go to a sand land and say, oh, I have come, I want to come and give you water, just like that. But he wants to sit with people and everybody in the environment and say, man, what do you people think is most important right now for government to do for in this environment? And where is the best place to cite whatever we have agreed? Everybody will be involved. And that is what the man meant by people-oriented. You know the funny thing? I spoke with Olumide a bit on agriculture. I'm very concerned about agriculture. You understand? How we can revolutionize agriculture. But the people are hungry. Our people are truly hungry. Olumide has said, look, we want to have a direct engagement with the farmers. We want to provide all the enabling environment, rid our forest of insecurity so that our farmers can have the confidence to go back to their farms. Then he says that his government, if when elected, they will want to buy the farm produce. Government will buy it from the farmers, repackage them, and make it available for Edo State people so that food can be surplus. There will be no room for anybody to hoard or to, after maybe government don't give them loan, they don't produce finish, they can't go past back here and sell. Government wants to be involved. This government wants to be involved in the market to make sure that our food coming from our farms, they are evenly distributed. These are things that is targeting within his first 1 year. And now if this is applied and it works, it therefore means that second year in office of Olumide Akpata, Edo State will be hungry, will be less hungry, because our farm produce in massive scale, as encouraged by government, will be available first and foremost to Edo State people. It's not taking us saying, may they come and sell it to other people, but produce our yams, our corn, our plantain, and our everything. We will buy it from you, our farmers. And we make it available at Uselu Market, at Olia Market, at Ekiosa Market, at New Benin Market. And make it available so that our people can have direct access to the produce from our farms without any story. My brother, that captures my mind. If it does not capture yours, then I don't know what will.
Comrade Lamte, I think a lot of things that Barrister Olumide Akpata and Kadiri have said, if you are of a sound mind and you truly want something good for Edo State, you have no option but to believe them. And let me tell you, Comrade Lamte, they are not something that you have to bring from the wide world that you have to think too much. The solution to our problems are just here. It's indeed the execution. And that's why one worry why this is happening. Comrade, looking at that video just now, people came in their trotto. That's a village, Uomora. It's a village in Owan East local government area. Yeah. They came to support. So even in the interlands, even in the village, people are responding to the clarion call of the Labour Party and the ideas of Olumide Akpata. But let me ask you, well, this is happening in the state, whether we like it or not. We have a governor in situ. Governor Godwin Obaseki is the sitting governor of Edo State at the moment, at least till November. What do you think he should be doing to this intimidation, this thuggery, and this attack on the Olumide campaign trail? Because the government is there to protect both those that voted for you and those that didn't vote for you. Security is security issue in my view. What do you think the government should be doing? Because it's over 24 hours now. The government has not come out to make any statement.
Honestly, you know, it's unfortunate, like it is like a hopeless situation. Ordinarily, government should be on top of a thing like this to ensure that things like this don't happen. Government should be assuring the people that they are going to be having free and fair elections. But again, the problem is Obaseki has lost trust. Obaseki organized local government elections, and we saw what happened. And the unfortunate part is this: on Sunday of it, Obaseki went to church to go and give thanksgiving that he has organized a free and fair election. The whole world of Edo State saw what happened in that elections. And but this same man who's supposed to be who was supposed to midwife the election as a governor, you understand what I'm saying? Went to church after writing
Yeah,
results.
comrade, let me just puncture you there. Why do people change in politics? Why is it?
I think the thing is this. It's not because they change in politics. It is because they were never genuine. They were always, deceptors. They came with deception. People fell for their deception. You understand? They were never genuine. And so when you begin to trace the background of most of these politicians, they were always like that, even when they were not in politics. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? My brother, my father will always say that it is from a good child that you transit to a good adult. You understand? You understand what I'm saying now? So it is not a question of people coming to politics to change. The truth of the matter is this. I mean, Olumide always refers to, Alex Oti. In 1 year, people have seen how much Alex Oti is transforming his own state. Don't forget that this is Alex Oti contested before to become governor of this same state, his own state. Twice, and lost. So Alex Oti always knew what he wanted to do. Today we still refer to the likes of Ogbemudia. Okay? Ogbemudia, apart from being a governor, was a man who was a great visionary, even in his private life. You understand? People can attest to that. So I think that the problem we have is that we do not investigate our politicians well enough. We do not do background checks on them enough, and every other thing. There's a particular candidate right now, a deputy, governorship candidate for one of the political parties in this election, who happened to have lived in Canada, and people know him. He lived with people. And, people have very dangerous stories about him. Now, if that particular political party now have the opportunity of getting to government in whatever way, shape, or form, how do you think, or what do you think that government is going to be like when people can just say that this human being, was known for being notorious by way of fraud and all of those kind of things? And this human being now become the deputy governor of Edo State. What do you think will happen to Edo State's future? So that is where the issue really is. So it's not just politics changing people, It is people actually coming, first and foremost, with the will not to serve for the glory of service, but to make Edo State a merchandise. Some people see Edo State as merchandise. They see Edo State as business. So that is what is at the base of their mind. How they want to use Edo State to do business, of which they will be the greatest benefactors.
Not the people.
Not the people. They are not interested in the people. What they do with people now is to sell themselves as angels, to preach all the theories in the world. Have you seen some of the candidates preach? They open computer, they talk about data, they talk about this. You will be so convinced.
Not an issue.
Let them get to power. For all of them that have done that, look at what they are doing as governors or as chairman, as whatever it is in government, and look at the lives of the people, if it is reflective of their policies and their implementation. And yet, even while their policies are not being, fed in the lives of the people, they go around parading different things to say that, for instance, a clear case is Edo Best. The question people are not asking is, what is best about Edo Best? When my own Adolo college is in shambles, all students are the ones sustaining the college. When my own Edo Grammar School is in shambles, all students of different sections are the ones contributing to buy a board, to provide doors, to provide chairs. When my own Ewosa Grammar School is in shambles, when my India College is in shambles, all students are not congregating themselves. Western Boys in shambles. All students across the world are not congregating themselves across the world, holding meetings and contributing to these schools. And you ask yourself, in what way has Edo Best now impacted the people in a positive way? So So those are things we are talking about. But when they bring this at best and they talk about it, they open computer, open projector, they talk about data, statistics, and all of that. They even go ahead and bring some people to say they are from World Bank or what this thing, that they are getting an award because of a best. And yet, you go to one village in Edo North, the pupils in that village, they are sitting on the floor. Some of them don't have roof. When it rains, the rain rains on them. My brother, they use a sample, okay? They make the sample what they do best to reflect. They use the sample to deceive everybody and make it represent everything. And that sample becomes what is being they use to hoodwink everybody. But by the time people now tell you how much has gone into Edo Best, on top of the fact that we are now owing nearly 600 billion naira, you begin to ask yourself, what has happened to all of these resources?
I feel for Barrister Olumide Akpata. When it comes into government, he has a lot to do.
He does. So what you are saying, based on all of this trajectory, is that people have become not trusting. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? The Benin man says, if you want to sleep with somebody who is deaf and dumb, you show the person your private parts. You understand what I'm saying now? This is not what we want to do. You understand what I'm saying now? The person will understand. There is no need for deception. We have lived in deception for too long. We are told that all these politicians that we are fighting, they want to come and steal our money. We don't want any politician to be sat anywhere, and we are giving them money. That's why we don't want any of them. Blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, it doesn't even look like that is true. Because at the end of the day, the same money that we have supported you to chase away the politicians for, we are not seeing it in the lives of the people. We are still hungry. We are still seriously hungry. Violence is still being promoted. We are standing as a government to say, oh, we eradicate cultism. We are going to deal with everybody involved in this and that. And we look behind you. Some of the people standing behind you as part of your government, these are renowned people that have established themselves in cultism. And as alleged or as proclaimed. Even though some of us cannot independently verify some of these things, but these are the accusations out there. Have you investigated? So at the end of the day, you cannot tell a man who has stolen from you to help you look for what he has stolen, and you will eventually find it. You cannot find it, my brother. So this is what the matter is. Right now, for me, I'm speaking for myself right now. I want to root for somebody I can hold to account. As Asue, for instance, is contesting, Ukpawole is contesting, okay, to become governor of Edo State, we equally can see clearly that we have one of Baseki and one of Shomole equally contesting to become godfathers of Edo State politics.
The same old story.
Same old story. And that is why you see them. Today, they gather a group of people, the same old politicians, okay? Oh, we have moved from a party A, PDP to APC, or another one, APC to PDP. They keep crisscrossing. One politician has been a member of PDP up to 7 times, and a member of APC up to 6 times. Who are we fooling? Who are we fooling?
And they still have people listening to them.
And at the end of the day, it's all about what you want to get selfishly, not what will benefit the people. So, my brother, I think we are tired. For 24 years, if this is what we can get in a dozen, look at Dubai that we are running to. Okay, it did not take Dubai 30 years to transform herself from the 80s down to today. They are not competing favorably with any other country in this world. It only took visionary leadership that is not selfish, that is committed to purpose, that know that the people must matter first, that understand that it is the people first before politics. Unless and until we come to that understanding that there is something more important than our own selfish interests, okay, then there's always be a problem. And the only person right now who seems to speak the language of the people first before political party is Olumide Akpata. And so without apology, he is the man that I have thrown my weight behind. And for those who are saying that, oh, Lamptey, why you join Olumide Akpata, you not go win, blah, 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 blah. My friends, let me tell you the truth. I probably have a different motivation from you who is listening to me right now. I don't know what motivation is, but let me tell you the truth. This election is not desperation for me. If Olumide wins, I'll be grateful. I would have won with him. If he loses, I will be grateful still. I would lose with him. The important thing is that either way, my conscience is clear that I stood by what I believe is right. So I am not swayed by your own calculation of, oh, maybe now APC one win or maybe now PDP one win because of power of incumbency or because of the threat coming from the presidency and all of that. I'm not swayed by any of those. If I am somebody who's swayed by any of those, maybe that would be my motivation. There are people who have said, look, I'm supporting APC because Tinubu is coming to win the state for APC. If they are going to rig it for APC. Oh, I'm supporting PDP because Obaseki is going to do the magic and they will rig for Asue. So some said they want to have their legs under the table. They want to make sure that their contribution is recognized so that the government will benefit them. One person even told me, you know what I'm saying now, that he has sacrificed too much, that this time his own personal interest was most important. Unfortunately, I don't have any personal interest. I just have an interest to have a governor that I can remind to say, Governor, you tell us, say, you go buy agricultural produce and sell to our people like Olumide right now. Like I can call to order, I can call to account, all in the interest of Edo State people. Because at the end of the day, my brother, if Edo State was better, for 24 years, we are still talking of, say, they never do a Kenwa road finish. Or we are still talking of a road to be bad. The other day, for Tom line this thing here, you understand what I'm saying now? Somebody died because of flood. Now, flood is not something that is strange. Even in advanced countries, there are flood. But when flood come, within days, all the water will come out. You don't go see them again. You will see, you know, the tarred roads. You know, everything will be okay. But in our own state, go to all parts of GROA. No place is passable. When flood will just come like this, it don't come. It stays. Vehicles going to fall. Everything going to fall. And yet, people will still carry placards and say, oh, this governor tried, that one tried, that one tried. And when they are doing it, it's going to be like, say, now the person money, now the person they spend for the state. I thought that in 24 years, our discussion right now should have been, oh, we do not have enough doctors. Let us encourage our young people to study, you know, medicine. We don't have enough nurses in our hospitals. We have all the healthcare centers. There are not enough nurses. Let us encourage our people with some incentive. Make them know they go abroad. Even those when they are abroad, what are we giving them to come back? Because we have secured our state. We are not hungry. Food is available. You know what I'm saying? In UK, my brother, the government of UK has conquered hunger. Nobody's hungry in the UK. Whether you are poor, you are rich, you go see food eat. Now, as a people, we need to conquer hunger. It's very important. We need to conquer hunger. Nobody, in fact, it is criminal that we have government for 24 years and we see how people who go to bed hungry, people who wake up, they don't even know where the next meal is going to come from in our own state, in our own country. Edo State is under state of emergency. And right now, we need somebody who understands the issues and who's prepared genuinely to appraise those issues. And most of us we need people who will be bold enough to call them to account if they are not doing what they promised to do. We need soldiers from Edo State. I supported Obaseki 4 years ago. When I saw that this guy has veered off course, my brother, I was not ashamed to come out and say, "Man, Oga, this is what you do. So not be what you promise us." And now I'm one of his most, you know, highest critic. And I said, "Man, look, what you are doing is not what you promised." As a matter of fact, in many areas you have failed, because Edo State is not a giveaway. Edo State is not a blank check for anybody to just come and do and undo. There must be. Look, you are a governor, okay? the state needs judges. There are people wallow in prison right now because their case cannot be heard because there's no judge to hear their case.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah, you understand? And the state needs judges. The ones CJN, this CJN, they call them Nigerian Judicial Council, CJN, NJC, approved 8 judges for you. It took you 11 months because these 8 judges, you never bad inside pocket. It took you 11 months. You not appointed 5. You leave 3 because you feel this one not your book inside. They're not going to do your bidding of whatever reason it is. You leave 3 after 11 months. Now we go. I call the praise, say, man, you are doing well. You are finishing well. No, my brother, you are finishing very badly. And as a matter of fact, anyway, make I not go.
Well, Comrade, you have spoken a lot. A few questions came on our Facebook and Twitter handle that we'll just try to attempt to answer. I think the issue at the moment is not who you think will win. The issue should be who will be right for Edo State.
Edo State, absolutely.
And obviously, we need something very different. We cannot rely on APC, PDP anymore. No matter the divide you stay, you want benefit. The issue of tribe, where you come from, has become secondary. That's why it took us, the Comrade Show, myself and Comrade Lamte, it took us a long time to come to the conclusion because we wanted to look at the candidates being presented to us. And like Comrade Lamte said, when you see the candidate, you know indeed where the directions are. And of course, their backers. There was a video about Oshomole yesterday that I watched. It reminded me of the old Edo State. And people are even saying, thank God Oshomole was the best governor. We don't want things like that. We want something different. And Oshomole also drove this message home concerning Edo Best. It's not only us talking about it. So what I will advise Edolites, we all know the truth, but let's not run away from it, because what we do now will be better for tomorrow. There's a saying that says this: error left uncorrected is a sign of intellectual immorality. And we don't want that to continue. It is a time to correct the error. Somebody also posed a question. The Olumide you are supporting now, do you know what's going to be tomorrow? And I think that's a very good question. We don't know. But from what we can see, it portends something good. But if it turns out to be the other way and he wins, we have an opportunity again, election time, to punish him. And we may not wait for that time. We'll continue to ask the right questions. Absolutely. And that's what we stand here for. Yeah. Because we are not Jesus Christ and we are not God, we cannot tell what will happen tomorrow. But we have to make judgment on what we see. And thank God democracy has offered us an opportunity that every 4 years, we have the opportunity to decide and pass a judgment by using our vote. And like we did for Governor Godwin Obaseki 4 years ago, the only thing he did was to betray the trust and the confidence that were reposed in him. And that betrayed trust is what the candidate of PDP is suffering today, because Obaseki is the backer of that candidate. And you can only tell of the candidate from what they've done before. And one would also argue that Asue Ighodalo has been in government for over 16 years. We heard he played a very pivotal role in Governor Oshomole's government, and he was one of the solid iron rock of Governor Godwin Obaseki. So if it's 16 years, nothing has changed, and Asue Ighodalo has not resigned, for heaven's sake, it is clear that it's the same. The same can also be said of the Deputy Governor, Barrister Osaigbovo Ogie, who has played so many roles in government.
24 years.
And you can even call him the government. So what does he have to offer, one would say? If I was Osaigbovo Ogie, I should be bringing my son to come and do it, because I think I should not be at the back end giving advice. But here he is coming to be deputy governorship candidate. So you ask yourself, what is in government house that they are hiding? So if you look at all this very, very dispassionately, you agree with me that there's only one road now. And I think if those state people miss this opportunity, it will be another wasted 4 years. No man indeed is God. Nobody that hasn't got some form of bad stuff or the other. But let us look at the greater good and the greater good of Edo State. We want a state that will have good roads. Somebody have asked us, what's the number to call in? The number is displayed boldly and clearly. Please pick up the phone to talk to us. Pick up the phone to talk to Edolite, because the Comrade Show has become an embodiment of political information, and we do it just the way we believe it. The comrade show represents the heartbeat of our people. And when we are here, we speak the truth, we speak truth to power, and we say it as it is. And we allow you, Edo State people, to be the judge and to decide what happened. It's been a very long program today. We've spoken a lot, and it's more than 1 hour, 30 minutes on the clock that we've been sitting here. But Comrade Lamte, as we begin to round up, it will not be good for us not to talk about this. Like you say, there have been so many magic in our politics. And last week, there was magic indeed in Edo State. As so much to the extent that today, we don't even know if the PDP has got a candidate in the forthcoming governorship election. I don't like that. I want PDP to have a candidate so that the people will decide. I don't want Olumide Akpata to go into Osaigbovo Avenue without having the right people to contest with. We need that, really.
You have a caller.
Let's take the call.
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, just reduce your other device and talk to us. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello.
Good evening, sir. Are you still on the live program?
We're on live program. Go ahead. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Midwest People.
Midwest people. Go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
Okay, I'm calling from Sweden. My brother, thank you for the show. I see you as a honest person right from time because I understand the effort you people gave to support Obaseki in the last 4 years and how disappointed every one of us is today. So, but the thing is this, we should try our best as much as possible to understand the politics in our country. Though it's not a country, it's a state. We fought a few years ago to make sure anyone that is going to lead us is going to be free from Godfather. The truth of the matter is that the way they structure Nigeria, I don't think it's possible for anybody to be a leader without a Godfather. The Godfather will always be there. He can serve as a mentor. He can also serve as a destroyer. Because I don't think anybody can be in existence in this life. You don't even have somebody you look as a father. It's quite very difficult. But the problem is this. When the Godfather becomes someone that is going to tie the hand of the candidate, that is where all of us is more become so concerned. But it's very unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation. My advice is this. Personally, I don't know if you open your channel for people to also campaign for others. I so much believe in open because I believe that is the rightful person that can rescue Edo State. Because the situation we have today is very, very bad. When you look at the debt index of Edo State alone, if you analyze it very well, it means women, the head in their womb is already a debtor because the money is very big.
Yes.
How are we going to pay? Which place have they invested this money? Now, the most painful aspect of it, I want to tell you, I'm from Orion. Now, Obaseki want to sell the Edo South land. The land that they acquired through false map.
They are already sold
for someone that will buy it, and they will just move away with the money.
Yes.
It means our people can no longer farm, and they don't have a place they call a land. Instead of it to look for a proper policy to regulate this land and stop the menace of this land grabbing, the state governor is not a land grabber. So at the same time, when you look at Asue and Udaro, you will see it clearly that Asue is Obaseki. There's no difference. That is my own opinion.
Thank you very much.
I think, yeah,
because
Mr.
I will not look at the shortcomings of Okpero inability to be fluent in speaking. In Edo, we have a berry. We should not hide the fact.
Okay. So I think your point has been made, and the 60 seconds are exhausted. But we get your point very clearly. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, but Comrade Lamte,
over to you.
I must thank the last caller, Midwest People from Sweden.
I don't quite hear you, pharmacist. I think I've lost you there a bit.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you now. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I just want to thank Midwest People, the gentleman who ran from Sweden. I think he made a very good point.
Yes.
By dint of luck, I happen to be a Catholic.
Sorry, sir. I think you have another call. Let's take the call so we combine everything. Hello, sir. Ma.
We are looking to end the program in 10 minutes, though.
Hey, hello.
Hello, I can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, louder.
Yeah, good morning. I'm calling from Canada. My name is Osa.
Go ahead, sir. 60 seconds.
Okay, no problem. I was just watching you guys' program. First of all, thank you guys for trying to put up a good information to the people out there, especially the Edolite and the Edos in general. Personally, what I want to say regarding the Edo State politics is very simple. First, I'm a Labour Party person, not as a party member, but as someone that is very inclined to Peter Obi, which is the Obedient Movement, and that is where Mr. Olumide Akpata fall into. By the special grace of God, I'm going to do everything possible to pay people transport fare to go to village to vote for Labour Party. That's number one. Number two, for the APC, it's just so fortunate that a lot of people don't know what is actually going on. The APC candidate and the so-called leaders they have, like for instance, Oshomole, those are deceitful people that people don't know. The moment they realize that Oshomole is number one deceitful human being in Nigeria, then people, maybe their eyes will open. As for Baseki and what's the other guy's name? Ighodalo. Personally, I have respect for Baseki, not because he has performed well to expectation, but because he has been able to prove to society extent that what is not possible is actually possible if you want to work with people. Yeah. And that is where the issue of data-driven economy and data-driven society comes in. I give it to Obaseki, to be honest with you. But for him to not come in to act as a godfather this time around, I don't need a godfather anymore. During the reign of Lucky Benedict and the host of that, we saw what happened. And we don't think that anymore. I think my 60 seconds is almost over. So I just want to quickly make that contribution maybe next time.
Thank you very much for your call. That's very respectful.
Osas from Canada, you are an epitome of decorum. A gentleman that made his point and stick with the time. God bless you very much. And I'm happy that you are supporting Asue Olumide Akpata. And you have promised that you're going to do everything within your power to make that come to fall. I was talking about Godfather, and I said I happen to be a Catholic where Godfatherism is being practiced. Like that gentleman said, you can't really take Godfatherism from our own way of life. But the question is, who are the Godfathers and what are their track record? I know he ended by saying that he's going to be drumming for APC. If there's still opportunity, I would like him to change his mind as well. Because just like we quarrel about Godfather for Asue Ighodalo, the Godfather backing Okpewolo of APC, they are even mammoth. The ass is so much that it's even going to cause problem. So if you detest Godfatherism, you should not even look to the way of Okpewolo at all. Because at the moment, the Godfathers are there. So many. Oshomole is there. Ize Iyamo is there. Matthew Orogide is there. And when you look at all these people and what Okpewolo has said, you agree with me that Edo State will be thrown into real pieces. And when they finish sharing Edo State, we have no option. Viewers, friends of Edo State, the option is indeed clear. But Komilante, I'm wary of time. I was trying to say that at the moment, it looks like PDP has not got a candidate. There was a court judgment. I think Barrister Mata spoke for those against, and we saw all the renegade candidates that were not happy, and they came to say Ofone. While we were still thinking of what would happen, before you know, there was news as well to say that that judgment was wrong. People are at sea. They don't understand the situation. But there is something very clear in that judgment which says that the delegate issue was what was brought to fore, and the judge in that case query to say that the right delegates were not the delegates that gave victory to Asue candidacy in PDP. So for those who would argue that PDP has not got a candidate, they appear to be right because there's a bit of confusion. So what is your take as we give our people update on this PDP Asue Ighodalo court judgment?
No, for me, I think that there's an infraction somewhere, definitely, based on the judgment. Obviously, something has not been done rightly, but whether that implies that PDP doesn't have a candidate is something that we need clarity on. And I would say that the last of the matter has not been heard. Okay, we just need to wait a bit more. Okay, because the judge did not, from every available information, did not accurately say that PDP doesn't have a candidate. But the judge did say in his judgment that PDP has not followed the rules of engagement to the letter. And of course, some other lawyers have cited sections of the Electoral Act and even sections of the PDP Constitution that gave the backing to say that if primaries are not conducted, okay, the way they ought to be conducted, those primaries will be invalidated. Okay, I probably believe that is why a lot of people are saying that if this judge has said that certain aspects of the what's it called, the PDP primaries, I mean of the PDP constitution, and certain aspects of the Electoral Act were not followed and obeyed by the process that brought Asue up by way of primaries, okay, therefore Asue is not a candidate. So, but others have said no, since the judge did not explicitly state that, then nobody can say that Asue cannot contest the election. Some others have gone further to equally say that there is a Supreme Court judgment of like manner, that will protect Asue, from this whole imbroglio, as it were. And while some others have said that, the jurisdiction of that court to hear this matter in the first place is being questioned, as it were, and all of that. So I think that it is a matter that we just have to take, keep some close eye on. But for those of us who are supporting, Olumide Akpata, we cannot be distracted by that. It's just something we are looking at. I think we must work very hard. Like Asue and all of them, they are all in the race still. You understand what I'm saying? And work very hard for Olumide Akpata to become the next governor of Edo State. The other matter I equally like to touch base on is that for those that have said and are arguing it where they try to suppress everybody to say no, Asue remains a candidate and this and that and that and that, it sort of pricks my mind to ask the question: if you people say that there is no problem, why are they rushing to appeal the judgment of the court?
I wanted to ask you that.
It calls to question. You understand? A judge has given, a judgment, and it's coming with different interpretations. But you are saying that judgment does not affect your primaries, does not affect your candidate, but you are going to appeal. Well, I am not a lawyer, but if a person passed my front and my eye open, at the same person passed my front. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it at. But I think that we just need to allow the process to flow. I'm sure that in the coming days or weeks, we will know exactly what is truth about the matter. The other thing I probably want to consult a lawyer for, maybe I'll bring a lawyer to come and explain to us here, is somebody has said that with this judgment on the ground right now, okay, this government this judgment is what subsists right now. And by virtue of this judgment, Asue's name, must be withdrawn from the INEC portal as a candidate. A PDP, as a matter of fact, must be, asterisked by INEC as not having a candidate for this election because of this judgment. And to that extent, if Asue goes ahead to be contesting as being a candidate of PDP, he would have, been in contempt of court, and that itself can trigger a different, a court process in itself.
So probably that's the reason why PDP, they are appealing the judgment.
Possibly. So we don't know. But until this case goes to appeal court, I don't know whether it's a case that can go to the Supreme Court. but I do know that we have not heard the last of this matter. The Benin man says, Mowe, not now where he has no born and move. Holy leg. Who get leg, no will leave the leg in a hole. In this case, many people get legs. PDP will want to appeal because they don't want to leave their leg. Those that have taken PDP to court, that are already jubilating and saying, phone, those ones who clearly want to see that at the end of the day, what they believe is a judgment that excludes PDP, stands. So it is going to be a tough, fight. Probably it's going to go to the end, to the very wire as the case is. But we remain focused.
I like the way you put it. I must say that from feelers I'm getting from Edo State, I think the PDP and the campaign machine were rattled. And there's been a bit of quietness from the camp of PDP and the Asue Igodalo people. But like we said, we want a better fight. I don't want anybody to be disqualified. I want everybody to be given opportunity. I want those people to speak loud and clear. But coming up, as we round up,
you have another call just probably before we round up.
Let's take that call.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Joe. I'm calling from Holland. Good evening, sir.
I greet you, sir. Go ahead, sir. You have 60 seconds.
Yeah. The issue I just had the last speaker talking about godfatherism.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
That's why I called. I'm an obedient, 100% obedient, and I'll remain obedient. Yeah. The issue in Edo State about this godfatherism, Oshimola is a godfather.
Yes.
Obaseki is a godfather.
Yes.
Oshimola brought Obaseki.
Yes.
Obaseki is bringing Ikadolo.
Yes.
Oshimola is bringing Opabolo.
Yes.
What is different between the two? I think
no
it's
different.
time that we move away from this godfatherism of a thing and move Edo forward. We all can see what happened with what's happening in Abia State today.
Yes.
And the state doesn't have a godfather.
It doesn't, exactly.
It's been doing well.
Yes.
So we know what's happening.
Yes.
It's not left for Edo people, Edo-lites, to stand up, not only voting for Akpata, but also defend the vote because we know what's going to happen.
Yes.
That's my own contribution, please.
Thank you very much, sir.
Mr. Joe, ringing from Holland, thank you very much. I know you are not from Edo State, but please do everything within your power. Talk to your many Edo State friends and convert them to the party that you think and believe in.
I think you have another caller, though.
Okay, let's take it quickly. We need to close now.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, sir.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Belgium. My name is Mr. Henry.
Go ahead, Mr. Henry.
Yeah, I just called you because of your last caller.
Okay.
In Nigeria, we all understand that there's no political representative that has no godfather. They all has a godfather.
Yes.
Anybody representing any party has a godfather. Olumide Akpata has a godfather, and his godfather is Peter Obi. Simple. And that guy that just called now, please, my brother, this is Edo State, not Nigeria. Edo State. Igbo stay out of Edo politics. And Peter Obi has no right to obedience in Edo State. There's nothing like obedience in Edo State.
Sir, I'm going to have to end your call with all due respect. I'm going to have to end your call with all due respect. What you have just said done now is against our rules of engagement. I want to make it very clear. Anybody can call and contribute to Edo State politics through this program. Anybody. Edo State is part of Nigeria. If Edo State democracy is stable, it will be exemplary to other states in Nigeria. And people will learn. And Nigeria, things are not cheaper in Edo State than other states of Nigeria. If things were, we probably will have a right to be doing all that kind of divisive attitude. Please, let's not bring that to this table. Personally, I don't like it. Anybody, the same Edo State we are talking about right now is where we have a governor who has brought in people, non-Edo State people, to take over, most of the, key, roles in Edo State. You understand? When it comes to consultancy, there is no Edo State person who is a consultant to Edo State government. They are all people that are not from Edo State, friends of his from Lagos State and all of that. So, and yet they believe that it is the right thing to do. So let's not play that divisive, politics, and let's not do it on
Yeah,
this platform. I don't like it.
Thank you so much, Komilante. I think we are going to be rounding up now. But just on the issue of this court judgment and PDP, I just want to say something very important and to appeal to the consciences of Edolite who will be going to the polls. Because at the heart of this is democracy and internal democracy in our parties. You must agree with me, Komilante, that looking at the three front runners now, as we like to call them, the PDP, APC, and Labour Party. What is important, especially with this judgment, has to do with the process with which these candidates were.
You're having another call. You want to take it?
Let's take the call. We need to finish soon.
Hello. Hello. Can you reduce your device and talk to us? Okay, can you reduce your device?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Hello, we can hear you now. What's your name and where you're calling from, sir?
Okay, this is Mr. Law calling from Spain, Madrid.
Go ahead, sir. You have 60 seconds.
Please, I want to add to your program. First of all, I want to thank you guys for the good job you guys are doing. It's not really easy, but I have to commend the efforts. Please keep the ball rolling, keep the flag flying. Regards to the last caller's call, this is one of the things we are talking about. We are all Nigerians, regardless for the fact that we are talking about Edo State as an election, but Edo State as a state is a sub-national, and we have to contribute. Like I the one talking right now. I'm not from Edo State. I'm from Delta State, but I want
Another call is coming in.
I think he made his point. Can we take that call?
Another call is coming in, direct call. So that's why. Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Mr. Mori. I'm calling from the United States of America.
Go ahead, Mr. Mori. You have 60 seconds.
Yeah, thank you very much for the show. I'm just trying to respond to the last caller that said Obaseki is a godfather to Osaigbovo. I think he's entitled to his opinion, but I don't know by what he has trying to accept them. I think the issue of godfather is I think it's a bad omen in Nigerian politics, but it's gradually coming to an end. I think it has come to an end by my own application. Even if you talk of godfatherism in the era of Aneni and Co., Tony Aneni and Co., I will subscribe to that. But by what is going on today, look at River State. We thought Fubara would be the weakest among all of them, the less ambitious among them. Look at what is happening between them. How can Godalo of all people, by his pedigree, be a consort of Obaseki? That is an insult on the president of Godalo. Yeah, I don't think if you say they are friends, I can subscribe to that. They are friends. They have come a long way. But for Godalo to be a godson, or Obaseki to be a godfather, so Godalo is an insult on the part of Godalo.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Your point is well noted. Thank you very much, sir. Your point is well noted, but I can equally say, like you said to the last caller, this is equally your own opinion, which is good and it's noted.
Yeah, and Mr. Amori, thank you so much. Godfatherism is not by age or qualification. Yeah. So, Omelamte, as we wrap up, I was just trying to let her...
You want to take this last caller?
Okay.
Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from? What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's still Mr. Joe from Holland. Joe Ibuzube. Let me pronounce it very well.
Okay. Joe Ibuzube.
Go ahead, sir.
Not for argument. The last person that said that it's not from Edo State. The people living in Edo State are not only the Beninese or the Asians. We had people from the East, from all over Nigeria.
That's very true.
Number 16 of the in Benin City.
Yes.
And number 6 is Ishuwa Street. My uncle owns law firm at number 10 down the street in Benin City.
You don't even need to declare all of that, sir. For
don't worry. You are a true part of Nigeria. So.
Oga, don't just worry. We're not going to waste time on this matter. We have already rebuked that matter. It doesn't stand on this platform. They can take it elsewhere.
But what I want to contribute about the case between the PDP disqualification, because I have a little information about that. Can you permit me to say something about that?
Just go ahead, sir. 30 seconds.
Yeah, I had an information that those who instigated the court case were the delegates. And in the Electoral Act, that the delegates are not allowed to instigate a court case against a candidate. Only those that participate in the primaries. So I don't know if it is right, but I just had this information. That's why I said, okay, let me put it through to use Dr. Dante. Thanks for your effort, because I really appreciate it.
Thank you very
much. Information I got.
Yeah.
So let us look very deep. I don't want anybody disqualified so that it not be an easy contest. Let us, contest this election. If we win, we know we win judiciously, like you rightly said. If I feel with Akpata, it's okay with me. You understand?
Yes.
I will accept it.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Joe. Like I
think it's all part of what we have said. There are so many strands to the matter until the appellate court gives its own judgment. You understand? Either to uphold this, high court judgment, or of course to dispel the high court judgment and give a different judgment. This matter is an open-ended matter at the moment. But cause the fly in. Do you think you want to?
Commelante, there's another meeting at 7:30. Look at the time. What should we do?
Take this last one. Let's put it again. Hello. Okay, go ahead. We've lost the call.
Okay, so I was just making a point to Edo State people to say that this is all about process and the primaries. And if you look at the three parties now, in my view, I think the Labour Party primaries happened to be the best, and it was seamless and smooth. APC primaries, of course, was questionable. We know how they got to where they are now. And the same can also be said of PDP, whose primaries is also in contestation right now in the courts. So all these are attributes that I think we should look at before casting our vote. Who knows? Even if the opposite wins, they might still be having problems and governance will be in difficulty. And like I said last time, remember Kogi State, remember River State. Do you want our state to be like this? We want a governor that will hit the ground running. So viewers, friends of the Comrade Show, especially those that rang in, we are indeed very grateful. As we begin to wrap up, I want to thank Joe and Peter, who rang all the way from UK, Midwest people speaking all the way from Sweden, Osa, who rang us all the way from Canada, and Joe Ibizube, who rang us all the way from Holland, in fact, Iran twice, and Henry, who rang all the way from Belgium, Mr. Law, who rang all the way from Madrid in Spain, and Mr. Omori, who rang all the way from United States. Thank you so much for your contributions. And for our many viewers who will listen to this program later, thank you so much. We want to encourage you to make sure you share the program so that many people will watch it later. Commelante, I want to come back to you. There are two important dates that I want you to display again and show our viewers. First, the engagement with the Deputy Governor, and lastly, the engagement of Barrister Olumide Akpata to diasporans, Edolites in the United Kingdom, London, and Manchester. Can you just give your final words as you wrap up on that while we close?
Yes, those people and Nigerians across the world, I am honestly very grateful to you all. I'm grateful to everybody that's been part of this process. We've had some very useful discussion. Of course, I'm really grateful to those who called in, made contributions. God bless you all. Let's not forget, what we are doing here is not child's play. The stakes are too high, and we cannot afford to make mistakes. We've made many mistakes in the past, but the situation currently presents itself, another opportunity, another window for us to correct some errors, you understand what I'm saying, and put Edo State in the hands of people that we can make us feel safe enough, you understand? And this is where, we must interrogate all of the candidates that present themselves for interrogation. On this auspicious occasion, Olu Akpata will be visiting the United Kingdom, London on the 26th of July. And that is displayed there, and Manchester on the 27th of July. In London on the 26th is going to be at All Saints Community Centre, 105 New Cross Road in London on the 26th between 5 and 9 p.m. While in Manchester is going to be at Stanley House, Manchester Road, very popular road, on the 27th, and it's going to be between 5 and 9 p.m. I like us to endeavor to be part of these programs, not just for anything, but to have the opportunity to ask them those tough questions so that we can fully make up our mind. Sometimes your question may not make you change your mind, but others listening, it may make them, make informed decision, But in between these, just before Olumide Akpata arrives, we are going to be playing host to his running mates. That's talking of Alhaji Yusuf Asama Kadiri, SAN, under the aegis of Edo State Diaspora. It's going to be a town hall meeting, but this one is going to be on Zoom, which means that you don't need to actually go anywhere. Okay, it's at the comfort of your house or your office, whatever. But this one is going to be on the 21st, Sunday, 21st of July, 2024, at 8:30 p.m. Niger time. 8:30 p.m. Niger time. So anywhere you are in this world, you can join this particular program. It's a Zoom section. Those state people are going to be engaging with, Akpata's running mate. We want to know the quality holistically that Akpata brings to the government house or is bringing to the government house. Why we probably may have some slang about other running mates. This is one person we want to interrogate. For those who may not even know him, who have not, talked to him, many have heard of his name, but they've not really seen him anywhere. This will be a huge opportunity. So we are going to be providing the link, for you to only register yourself to be part of this, this town hall meeting, Zoom town hall meeting with the running mate of Olumide Akpata. Please, let's keep that date before the end of today, by the grace of God. All of this information would have been available on our handles, particularly Facebook and YouTube. And like I said earlier, if you want us to personalize information to you, put your numbers on the comment section and we'll go through them and we'll send you personalized messages of all of these events. For the Osaigbovo Akpata's event in London and in Manchester, you will have the opportunity equally to book your space, because we believe that people are just going to rush in. Book your space so you can be sat comfortably in the course of the event. You will have the chance to ask him questions, and interrogate him in whatever area you want to. You understand? You will be given the room, and Olumide, of course, will be responding to you directly. And you may even be shaking hands with him and all of that. In addition to all of that, something that may even ease us, you're not going to be stress day. I hear that rice and stew will be plenty. I hear that a lot of mede will be available too, just to cool the mind after the event, as the case may be. So all of these will be happening. So let's keep a date with us. Always follow the Comrade Show. Follow us on TCS Blog and the Comrade Show, and of course on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we're going to be talking about this week in, week out, day in, day out, until these events, come and all of that. By you participating, you are equally helping to deepen democracy. I want to say thank you so much from my stable. With all of the matters going on with APC and PDP that we can see, I tell you that, as it be so, bata na bata. Let us support Akpata. God bless you. Over to you, pharmacist.
Thank you so much, Kobilate. It's been a long day. It's 1 hour, 47 minutes on the clock. Edo State people, our viewers, thank you so much for being part and parcel of today's program. It's been epic. It's been great. And your contributions are really, really worth it. On that note, I say bye for now. And I leave you with the words. Edo will be okay.
We'll be okay. Edo will be alright.
Bossa for Labour Party. And then bring the men, we go solve problem for we state, we go make us happy. TV Bossa for Labour Party. Better things go flow from post to post as it's supposed to be normally.
Edo people want to matter. He said, Edo people we for politics. He said, Edo people want to scatter. He said, Edo people may we gather and vote for
Olumide, Osaigbovo, Akpata for governor, Alhaji Yusuf Asama Kadiri for deputy. Olumide, Osaigbovo, Akpata for governor, Alhaji Yusuf Asama Kadiri for deputy.